What is going on, everyone? My name is Jax, and welcome back to the channel. Today is January 1st, and oh my goodness, the Year 8 roadmap is finally here. I was waiting all month, last month, for this, and I woke up today knowing something was going to drop. I was hoping it was a State of Battle Realm map to tease 2024 champions, but no, it's this map, it's this roadmap, which teases all... actually not all, half of the year, so it's like a part one kind of thing, and it's really exciting. A lot of my predictions actually line up with this video, and we'll kind of discuss that here shortly. So we're gonna go through each month, January to June, and talk about each characters. I made my predictions on the screen real here quick. They'll probably change, and I'm going to discuss each one as we go on and talk about the video, so you can kind of like screenshot. And I'm probably going to change them, but for right now, I'm pretty happy with where they're at. But all right, let's go to January. Oh my goodness, I am so excited to finally. I'm assuming this is a confirmation for Zemo and Absorbing Man, who are both champions I've been saying for months now, are coming to the game. As soon as Titania came to the game, I was like, her mystery synergy is Zemo. As soon as Atuma came to the game, his fear itself synergy, I was like, that is Absorbing Man. And oh my goodness, Jessica Jones even had a punch purple synergy. I was like, that could be Zemo. And man, it all ties up, and I'm like, this is definitely the Masters of Evil event. When we had the Inside the Contest video, because there were like 2 Masters of Evil characters are coming in January, and here they are. And oh my god, it's so exciting. We're actually going to be interviewing the champion designer for one of these characters on the podcast. You can hear all about it pretty soon. I'm just so excited. Zemo, probably in the skill class. Absorb Man, probably in the science or mystic class. My good friend Egatron was on stream today when we were like live discussing this, and he made fan kits for both of them, so he was talking about it. It was just so cool. All right, moving on to February, Ant-Man Quantumania. I knew this was going to happen. We were going to have a tie-in event. Now, weirdly enough, I got to say, this is probably the weirdest one out of the bunch, is it says Quantumania, right? Which we know, obviously, one of the characters, in my opinion, because it says, it said talking about family and responsibilities, which sounds like, sounds like Cassie Lang, that she has to, learn the responsibilities of being a hero, because obviously she has her own suit in the movie. She's Scott Lang's daughter, and she becomes either Stature in the comics and later Stinger, and she's wearing her purple suit, which is Stinger. So I definitely think it's going to be her, but that's not the interesting part. They show an image of future Ant-Man, and I gotta say, is so... like, took me for a loop, because the February event itself is like Stinger's the clear, like Cassie Lang is the clear answer of one of the characters, but then to show the future Ant-Man who is not Scott Lang is confusing as hell. Because obviously we have MODOK, who's already in the game. We have Kang, who's already in the game. We have 3 versions of Kang: Upgraded Kang, and Superior Kang. 2 of them look the same, but 2 of them were intended to be only bosses. So I was like, could be Superior King playable? But then that doesn't make sense. He wasn't intended to be playable, right? Could it be MCU King? It just seems weird to have a 4th Kang, and they show Ant-Man. We technically only have one Ant-Man in the game, so it would be interesting. So maybe it is him. I'm not too confident on this one, to be honest, guys. And maybe you guys have some different guesses. Just please let me know. Next one, oh my gosh, this is the exciting one. They show the champions, the team, and the Young Avengers, which, if you don't remember, when we had the 8-year anniversary video, we saw a dumpster with the Hawkeye, Kate Bishop logo, and the Champions logo. And I was like, that's Kate Bishop and Viv Vision. And look who was on screen. Kate Bishop and Viv Vision. Like, literally, I was so happy to see that. Yeah, and this is pretty cool. So it specifically says that these 2 teams are coming together. And Viv Vision, as I said before, ties into Marvel Roman Champions being the Ultron network who fits on the map. And Kate Bishop, who I have to look at on the map, but I'm not sure, because Stature is in the game, or will probably be the February's event, right? And Patriot is on this as well, who kind of someone I've said who's coming to the game, but probably on the back burner. Maybe he does come with February's event, but I don't know. It's just so weird. But Cassie Lang is in this team with Kate Bishop. Wiccan's in this team. Hulkling's in this team. Like, it's cool. So, I don't know. It's just exciting stuff. Now, April's event is a weird one as well. Is like, it shows... Now, this is cool. It shows Spider-Verse, right? So it shows Spider-Verse. So you see Spider-Punk, Spider-Ham, New Wire, Spider-Gwen. Then it shows Ultimate Spider-Man, Scarlet Spider-Man, a few others, right? But on the thumbnail, it specifically shows a cover of Sinister War. And if you don't know, Sinister War basically was all of the Sinister Six characters, and it had like different versions of them and Spider-Man. It was pretty recently. In fact, it was now 2 years ago. But Sandman and Lizard were pretty popular characters in that. And Sandman, obviously, we talked to NBA in the podcast, and he kind of alluded to Sandman being worked on, and he also on Twitter said that Lizard almost came to the game instead of Scorpion. So both of those characters I kind of think are coming to the game. It's just a matter of like what events do they fit? Because on the State of Battle map, there's 2 spots for them, and obviously it could be not Ultimate Spider-Man. It could be Superior Spider-Man, who's behind my camera, or it could be Silk. That Illuminati synergy could be Silk, or it could be Sandman. They were actually in the same class together. But there's just a lot of different possibilities. Spider-Punk, Spider-UK, Spider-Man India. Like there's a lot of different choices. But I'm just gonna stick with Spider-Man with not a spider hero yet. But I think that's kind of subject to change, really. All right, next one is Maze events, and I'm pretty happy with this because now, confusing enough, I'm sticking with my predictions, right? Adam, Warlock, and High Evolutionary, but weirdly enough, they bring up Galactus, and one of them has to protect the artifact that'll help defeat Galactus, which could that be the World Heart that we found out during the Gallon event with the Quicksilver? Because obviously Gallon's trying to help protect the Battle Realm by feeding the Galactuses so they don't have to feed on people and planets and whatnot. Is a little confusing, but obviously Mantis synergy with the Guardians, I bet you was Adam Warlock. Now, how High Evolutionary fits in this, I'm a little confused. It's not like they didn't do this last year, right? Like they're like, okay, well, the Thor: Love and Thunder event ties into Galactus, and yeah, it did, but it was Valkyrie and Jane Foster having imprisoned Gore and just leading him away from it. So it might tie into it for sure, but it's like, how does the villain work for this is going to be interesting. And High Evolutionary he probably wants Galactus to devour everything. I don't know. It's kind of interesting, but yeah, definitely different possibilities there, but I'm just going to stick with 2 movie characters for sure. Now, the last one is June's event, and I got to say, this one has probably the most speculation, and all it says is an iconic X-Men is coming to the game, and they're going to help defeat Galactus, because Galactus gets defeated this month, and it shows an image of the New Mutants, which is so confusing, I gotta say, because New Mutants is like not an iconic team. It's not like, I'm coming from the person whose favorite Marvel character is Legion, who debuted in New Mutants. I gotta say, they're not iconic. Magic is, but she's already in the game, right? Like some of the most iconic New Mutants are already in the game. Sunspot, Warlock, Magic, already in the game. They show Moonstar, Danny Moonstar on the top right, who lost the vote last year, so she can come to the game this year. But we already have Zemo coming to the game, who got top 4. Mirage, Cypher, and Chamber, I just don't see them being iconic. So I kind of think this is kind of a red herring. And a New Mutants member that isn't in the game is Shatterstar. And on the State of the Battle map, there is an X-Force spot, and then there is a Mojoverse spot. And I really thought the Mojoverse spot was Spiral, but looking at the first 6 months, I kind of think the X-Force is going to come with the Mojoverse spot. So it kind of makes sense Shatterstar would come with the X-Force. Now, Forge, I think, is an iconic X-Men, and I kind of said why I thought he was the X-Force spot is because he was in a team, like he was part of the events that had Havoc, Cable, and Domino in the same X-Force comic, and that's what they're on the State of Battle map, so I really think it ties into that. So Forge being an iconic X-Men, I think, works for this. They're just showing the New Mutants because it's the other X-Men. But how it ties into the Galactus event is so interesting. I have no clue. But yeah, those are my predictions. I mean, let me know what you guys think. Obviously, I have more predictions than this, like Latveria Guillotine, Scream being October's champions. I have Agatha coming to the game. We have the Summoner's Choice winner that's going to happen this year. We also have the Shogun Logan event with 2 characters part of the Clan of Wolverine. So that, you know, could be Lady Deathstrike, could be Logan's son, Dakin, could be Silver Samurai, and then there's other characters as well. I just don't know how they fit into the same month. Like there's a 2099 of character. There's a Black ISO Mafia member. There's just, you know, different ways to orchestrate that I'll just have to wait for the next roadmap. But for this 6 months, I'm pretty happy with where things are at. I'll wait until the State of the Battle Realm map comes out, either maybe tonight or later. I'm not too sure, but these are my picks for now. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. I mean, future Ant-Man, I'm still questionable on. The either Lizard or Sandman, I think, is correct, but they also, I think, one of them's correct, and the other one could be a Spider Hero, like I said, Superior Spider-Man, Silk. Plenty of choices there. The June event, I could totally be wrong. I mean, it's just what I think fits the State of the Battle Realm map. But everything else I think fits. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys have any do you agree with me, disagree with me? Let me know in the comments. I appreciate all the love, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, everybody.